My name is Shawn Marceaux. I'm the director of the University of Texas at San Antonio Center for Archaeological Research.
Okay. You want to do that again with the mic?
Sure. My name is Shawn Marceaux. I'm the director at the University of Texas at San Antonio Center for Archaeological Research.
Could you spell your last name for me, please?
Sure. M-A-R-C-E-A-U-X.
All right. Talk about where things stand tonight.
Sure. Well, we're continuing excavations. We're about anywhere from 16 inches to about 2 foot down in excavations now, so slowly but surely making our way down. In terms of finds, it's pretty much as it was yesterday, so a lot of the materials are mixed up, kind of jumbled up at this point, so you get ceramics, glass, metal. They date from anywhere from proto-historic, so just before or just after the prehistoric up through the historic period, including some plastic, which gives us an indication that it's mixed with modern stuff as well.
Okay, so you mentioned proto-historic. That's American Indian, right?
Proto-historic is that area, that kind of gray area between the prehistoric and the historic. So when you have one group of people that may be taking down historic records, but other groups that weren't, and so it's in this area, say 1550 to 1650-ish.
And what kind of material are you finding from that period?
Well, we're not certain that what we're finding right now is only from that period, but the artifacts that date to that period, for example, we have a piece of native-made ceramics, so Goliadware is what we would call it, and it's made from local clays and local materials here. And so that would be indicative of the proto-historic.
Wow. So those were Native American groups who were living along the river at that time?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now that you've gone that far back, are you more optimistic that you're getting into the area that may include the wall, may include the other things you're looking for?
We are. It's a good indication that there is some intact deposits below that, and so that's what we're hopeful for, is that after we get through this disturbed area, that there will be some stuff that's intact.
So maybe over the weekend, or maybe early next week, you might hit Vader.
Right. We've got the weekend off, so it won't be over the weekend. But yeah, we're hoping that over the course of next week, that we can get into those deposits.
What's that?
So again, we've got several units open, and one of the units were about 16 inches below basically where I'm standing now, and then another one of the units were about 2 feet below the surface.
Anything surprise you yet?
Not yet. Knowing kind of the history of this site and how much construction and disturbance there's been from buildings being built, then torn down and built, and et cetera, that you would expect there to be that kind of disturbance. So far, it's more or less as expected.
Where are those units where you found those depths of 16 inches?
They're in the screen right behind us. Yeah. Yes, sir. Well, nothing. We haven't started any of the archaeological units there. Right now, they're in the process of taking off they're taking the pavers off, the concrete, and now we're in that kind of construction fill that's below the concrete. And so they're removing that so that we can lay out our squares and start excavating those.
So that's the search for the south wall?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, nobody's ever mentioned the north wall and the east wall. Do you know where those are?
Generally speaking, yes. Yeah, we have a good idea, and I think one of the plans is to potentially explore those areas. So while we have a general idea, I don't know that anything has been confirmed at this point.
Can you tell us a little bit about your background, what you do for UTSA, and what your role is here on the project?
Sure. I'm as I mentioned before, the director at the Center for Archaeological Research, and we are a research program that's part within the anthropology department at the University of Texas San Antonio, within the College of Liberal and Fine Arts, and we run all kinds of projects, from pure research to compliance-driven projects, and we have an educational outreach program, the Legacy program. So we travel to different schools. We have schools come and do visits in our facilities. So we have an outreach program, and being part of the university, obviously, education is a big part of what we do as well, a big part of our mission.
So you're a professor?
No, sir, just a director.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you feel working on a project like this?
Very exciting. Yeah, very exciting. was born and raised in Texas, and so most people, have a fondness for the Alamo. I can remember back in grade school for a project making the Alamo out of Legos as part of a school project in grade school. So it all comes back around, I guess. And so yeah, very exciting. Very exciting.
Great.
Any questions from the audience?
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much.
You bet.
Glad they moved you into the shade.
Yeah.
Smart, right?
There's cool
That's
air
right.
coming out of here too.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. We will be live again Monday at 10:30 for our next briefing. Make sure you follow us, hit that follow button so you can receive notifications when we go live again. Just a reminder too, our first public meeting will be held Tuesday, August the 2nd at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center in the Stars at Night Ballroom from 6 to 8 p.m. You can head to reimaginethealamo.org to get some more information on that and sign up for our newsletter. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I see some people from Hutto. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys on Monday.